definition. From the station on your side, this is WAVY News Online.
A hair heist in Newport News. A camera caught two women swiping hair products from the Beauty Max on J. Clyde Morris Boulevard.
And let's just say they didn't have a smooth getaway. Sit on your side talked with someone at the business who tried to stop them.
For 7 years, Beauty Max has been nestled in the corner of the shopping center in Newport News.
I've been working here ever since we opened here, so it's like I feel like it's my store.
Tony Chong manages the store, which has an array of colored wigs and hair weaves. It is the same merchandise police say brought two women into the store Thursday.
It's crazy.
The crazy happening when the women brought 4 packages of hair weaves to the counter. The clerk turned her head for one moment.
Those two ladies grabbed the product and took off.
Took off right out the store. Chong says there was a getaway car waiting. He and other employees went chasing.
I grabbed the door and opened it and put my left leg in.
Chong was dragged, but it didn't stop there. The owner of the store, who was in a motorized scooter, pulled in front of the car.
They actually tried to run over him with the car.
Police say the driver hit the owner as she drove off. He was sent to the hospital with minor injuries, but the employee's efforts weren't in vain.
They were planning on stealing at least about $400 worth of stuff, but we got our stuff back mostly.
Chong believes these two women in the surveillance video have attempted to pull off this heist at other stores in the area. For him, it was a daring way to protect his merchandise.
I wasn't thinking that time, I guess. I know I'm going to get hurt. When I go home, that night I went home, I told my mom, she told me I was crazy. And I told my wife, she said the same thing, I was crazy.
It's Jason Marks reporting. We have new information to pass along about that body found in the water at Naval Station Norfolk. The Armed Forces medical examiner tells us that the person was a sailor. Now, Chopper 10 was over at Pier 5 as crews pulled the body out of the water on Thursday. The Navy won't release the sailor's name until his family is notified. The Navy Criminal Investigative Services is investigating this death.
An ammonia gas leak in Norfolk is all clear, and East Princess Anne Road has finally reopened to traffic. This all began with an industrial accident at Americold. That's a storage facility. Happened Friday morning when a worker fell off a ladder, rupturing a valve, and that released the ammonia gas. 2 people were hurt in this accident, and crews closed the road, and neighbors had to stay put until hazmat crews could enter the building and secure that valve.
There's high concentrations of ammonia inside the building. It's a rather large building, and there were still some high concentrations in different trapped areas, and we need to get all of that out.
Ammonia gas can cause breathing problems, possibly even burns if you're exposed to it, but late this evening, crews determined there was no longer any airborne threat outside the building, and they reopened the road.
Now, in high definition, from the station on your side, this is Super Doppler 10 Online.
Okay, look at what we've got going on. Pardon me, for the area. The biggest thing that we've got going on for the weekend is the possibility of some severe thunderstorms on Saturday, really during the evening hours. The bulk of the daylight hours look just fine. We've got a possibility of damaging winds and an isolated tornado into the area. Now, when I talk about isolated, it's the fact that we just don't see that many tornadoes into this part of the world. But again, there's always that very, very, very slight risk. Time frame is a little wiggly here. We could move it around a little bit, but basically, at 6 o'clock in the evening to midnight, we could see again a stray shower at any point during the daylight hours. But again, the biggest shot of rain is going to be coming into the area during the middle of the evening, around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock into the evening throughout the area. And we are under a slight to even moderate risk of severe thunderstorms into the area coming up for Saturday evening. So again, good chance of rain, especially later in the day. More likely, though, tomorrow night between around 6 o'clock and midnight. We clear right off, though, for Sunday, 72 degrees. And really, Saturday is not going to be that bad. We're going to be mostly rain-free. It's going to be a windy day, especially the late afternoon. Sunday looks great, and most of next week looks terrific, mid to upper 70s.
Stay with WAVY News 10 for all your day's news.
Our next newscast is 6 a.m. We'll see you then.
Now, in high definition, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News Online.